This is the Small Work Studio, and I wanted to talk about a few drawings today that sort of refer to two of my drawings that are in the Canton Museum of Art, a special exhibition called Industry, Invention, and Progress. Those drawings belong to the museum, and I happen to have these still in my collection. So we'll talk about these and see how they refer and relate to those two drawings that are in that exhibition. This first one is a bit bigger than one of the drawings that are in the show, and I'm showing this one because it's the same yellow crane that is in that drawing. So it's almost the same drawing. It's quite a bit bigger, but and the composition is a bit different. But I wanted to show this so that when you go to a museum, you realize that every piece of artwork that you're seeing is very likely a tip of the iceberg. It's just one small example of a whole series of events that took place before or after that particular piece of artwork. So for instance, on this one, I wanted to focus on sort of this area through here. So again, this is very similar to the yellow crane drawing that's in the exhibit, but it has differences as well. So again, if we just look at that small area, this is part of that. I'm not sure if it's that exact same tower. It might be to the left a little bit of where the yellow crane is that you see in that particular drawing that I just held up, but it's a smaller detail area of that particular drawing. And you can see that it emphasizes even more the sense of the abstract composition of it. So you can relate to the realism of it, but you also hopefully can intellectually pursue the abstraction of the composition as well. Also, that same tower, and here's another portion of it, another detail of it, that's really the same thing. It focuses on other areas of it, and it emphasizes again the underlying bones of the composition, which are very abstract. Changing the format somewhat. So the emphasis now is more on the verticality of that particular piece of equipment that I don't know what it is, but it's the same elements, but it's stacked a little bit more, and it's like I said, in this narrow format. So it presents itself in a whole new arrangement of abstract shapes that are kind of interesting to explore. Again, you can focus on the fact that there's realism here, but the underlying quality is very abstract and very patterned. Unfortunately, I don't have any drawings that refer to the other drawing that's in the exhibit at the Canton Museum of Art. I think the title of that one is Ghost, but it is a large brick building, and I do have many drawings that refer to that one as well. I just don't have access to them right now. So I'm going to show you this brick building so that we can at least refer to the same kind of structure. And again, the sense of verticality is very well emphasized in here, even though all the bricks are horizontal. So that's kind of a fun play on vertical and horizontal. I'm just going to lay that here for a second and compare it to this one. This is closer to what that building really looks like. As you can see, it's the same kind of arrangement. It's vertical. I have the same kind of windows. There's the same device here that we have in the brick version, but these windows have these fiberglass panels or something in them so that they're probably translucent and they allow light into the structure. So compare that stucco wall with these sort of boarded up windows with a brick wall, which was completely my invention, and glassed windows with air conditioners, also completely my invention. I did do some research on some window variations, and I selected ones that seemed to be appropriate for this particular architecture. So again, it's the same building, different format. Here's the same building again, slightly different color variation, and the whole format is now more horizontal so that I could have a row of windows going horizontally. So I think it's kind of interesting. We've got the same building, three different versions, three different formats which each one then gives you a whole different sense, a whole different feel when you look at the particular finished drawing. So those are 3 versions of one drawing and 3 or 4 versions of another. And when you see the exhibit, you'll see one drawing and you'll think, wow, that's one drawing that this artist worked on. But in essence, in truth, there's a whole series of events that took place before, during, and after that finished product. Again, my name is Thomas Roese, and I'm talking about the Industry, Invention, and Progress exhibition at the Camp Museum of Art. Thank you. Thanks for visiting, and we'll see you.